Francais.
What's up?
What's up, man? On dirait
Cool.
comment
Mm.
les appartements de Toronto, de Montréal, c'est du feu.
Non, comment ça?
Oh
Oh, c'est
man,
aussi.
on dirait que je suis dans un dernier genre condo, genre President Suit, man.
Non, même pas. Est-ce que je m'en Montréal? Je suis pas vraiment à Montréal. Je suis dans la ville de Québec. Je suis à 2 heures de Montréal.
Hmm.
Ouais,
Bah,
2 heures de Montréal.
tu en voyage pour le boulot?
Non, même pas. C'est là que je vis. À la base, quand je suis venu au Canada, c'était vraiment Québec. J'étais
Hmm.
accepté à l'université de Laval. So, il n'y a rien.
Et tu as fini le programme comment on appelle ça, que tu as commencé là-bas.
Je finis en décembre. Je finis en décembre. Ingénierie dans les systèmes de cryptographie. Pas pire.
Oh, donc là, c'est carrément un PhD, carrément, genre.
Non, non, non. C'est le school, man. Tu payes pour avoir le diplôme en soi. C'est comme, tu ne
Non,
payes même pas pour avoir quelque chose de plus ou de moins. Tu payes juste pour avoir le diplôme. Ils te donnent le diplôme et puis tu essaies maintenant de te battre, comprendre c'est quoi la vie.
ah, man, en fait, tu as tout dit. Je parlais avec un frangin la dernière fois. Je lui disais, les gars, t'es optimiste pour être un meilleur prof, man. Et
Donc,
après, tu sors de là-bas, tu montes ton résumé à quelqu'un, te dit, bon, on comprend. Mais s'il te plaît, bah,
non,
la
c'est
terre.
ouais, c'est tellement ça. C'est comme, mais bon, you want to get the knowledge, so,
Oh,
you have
yeah,
to pay
oh,
for it.
definitely, man. Comme, I mean, de mon point de vue, genre, congratulations, man. C'est quand même
Non,
un
merci.
pas.
Ouais, c'est comme, like, it's a long way, going to France, then moving to USA, then moving to Canada, between
Yeah,
all of them, went to Italy, spent a little bit time off in Thailand, you know.
shit.
But,
That's a lot of traveling for 1 degree, man.
yeah, actually, no, it was not even for the degree. I guess it was just like, I didn't want to go to school, so I was like, okay, let me just try to make some money somewhere, try to do something of my life, and you know,
Yeah,
my my
man.
girlfriend was living in Italy. I had some friends, they wanted me to visit them like in Thailand. So
Shit. Easy decision.
yeah, actually, living in France was the best decision of my life. Like that was the
Uh,
best choice.
and how was Thailand? Because that's a place that I have on my bucket list.
Like pretty amazing, No, it's beautiful place, you're eating for you have food for nothing. People are friendly. Well, they're friendly because they know you're a tourist. So
Oh,
that's one thing. I don't know about if you stay there for like 6 months or 1 year, but that really good place, I was like with friends, family. The family was very friendly, It was like I was one of their kids. So it was like, yeah,
so
that was some dope shit.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty.
Yeah.
How long were you out there for?
Like, not that long, like 1 month.
Oh, come on.
But
Yeah,
that's usually taking like vacation for 2 weeks. But 1 month, like in a new country, it was a really good experience.
that sounds like that sounds like a good vacation, like a solid month away from your personal busy life.
From everything. Yeah.
How would you say the culture over there is different from the culture in the other places where you've been?
I guess I felt like as soon as I got there, I felt like very like it was in Africa
Mm.
because I feel like many countries, they're just like what we know in Africa about our countries because they're friendly, they're very like welcoming, and you're like, okay, I know that. I saw that somewhere in my life, and it's very easy like to get used to compared to France, where like in some part they're gonna be friendly and very welcoming. USA, it's kind of like it's another shit, but it's also good. So it's also really good. USA was like just changed my point of view about everything. But yeah, Thailand is very, very like Africa. At least that was my feeling.
That's cool. I definitely like I really, really, really want to visit. I mean, for not for cultural purposes, but for the food.
Yeah,
like the food is just
food is life,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we have a small taste of it, like in USA, in America overall, in some of those countries. But I feel like the American continent is the one that just show all the diversity in terms of everything, food, culture, and knowledge, everything. So
oh yeah. I mean, that's really what I like about living here. Just I mean, just a few minutes ago I had a meeting and I was sitting with like people from 3 different countries just shooting the shit. Like it's I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed just I mean, you learn so much, and then you get those chances in the future to be able to visit this friend in that country and that friend over there. It's just
exactly, and I think it's because I was living in USA, and I just feel like it's all part of the struggle. Because when you get there, so many of us are struggling at the beginning. And
even after many years.
yeah, even after many years. But the first struggle just define the friend you're gonna meet and who you're gonna go with in the further years. So it just that's how I felt because you struggle a lot, but then you have some other people they're also struggling. So they're like, oh, let's just struggle together. And then struggle just kind of get easier.
Yeah. It's definitely easier to struggle together than struggle alone.
No, clearly, you cannot do anything alone anyway. So at least do something like nice.
Yeah, if you want to do something worth doing, you you need a little team. Shoot, you need a little team. I've tried that doing shit alone, and it's tough, man. It's fucking tough. Jesus.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, because like just being here, I think the first few years I was living with a small. I mean, the school where I was, there was a lot of Gabonese, so it wasn't. It was different from home, but we still had like our small little culture. We could
taste of it.
It
was Houston?
No, it was a small city named Sherman. It's in the north of Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we meet after school. You get a couple beers. I mean, live life.
Yeah.
Let's tell the parents they want me to about.
Exactly. Trying to figure out the next bill, trying to figure out like the next paper you have to handle.
Dude, there's so many papers that I wrote at 6 o'clock in the morning when I had to turn them in the same day.
Man, I swear, bro.
Jesus.
This is no, as long as you're in school, at the beginning, you're like, oh, I'm going to be a good student this year or this semester at university. But then, the reality just hit. You're like, Even last week, like, I had this shit I have to do. It was like, oh, I know how to do that. It's going to be easy. No worry. I just started to do that like 2 days before. And man,
was fucking hard.
it took me like the whole 2 days. Like I was like, yeah, I slept maybe 2 hours in 2 days.
You see, that's the type of stress that I do not want in my life. I mean, anymore, bro. Nobody can like, because I legitimately understand why maybe I will go back to school because I'm thinking about doing like maybe getting another degree possibly. But just the idea of having to turning assignments, writing papers, doing research, doing lab work, having to communicate with professors, having to deal with like the international student office, Lord God, and then having to pay my own bills, my rent, having to cook, having to eat, and find some time to get some sleep. No,
right?
No.
Actually, no, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. I mean, I've seen a bunch of people during school just lose it. I mean, people just burn out, people are tired, people just drop out of school because it's too much for some people. Like, and then financially, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy, man. You know, Canada is kind of cheaper, but still, it's a lot of money. You're like, and this is what make like this continent like so different. You know, going back to school was not easy, but the opportunities are different. You know, France is good, but yeah, you know, this is what I keep saying, like to all the guys with whom like we want like to high school, you know, Glenn, Richard. Actually, Richard just moved to Quebec to my city like 2 months ago. He got an opportunity. Yeah, he got a work opportunity, so he just moved here like with his wife. So, you know, this is what I keep telling to people, you know, they're like, oh yeah, it's cold. Oh yeah, it's like you're living your life so fast, you never have time, you know. I'm like, this is what it is. But when we have good time, we have a good time. We know how to deal with shit, and just another way of seeing things.
Yeah.
You move differently, you're thinking differently. When actually, you know, as long as you speak French, it's like you're slow.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
But you know, still some people are trying to fight that. I'm like, well, why not? But
dude, like, I mean, I've been here. I spent a few years when, I mean, not a few, more than a few challenging years. But it's like when you think about just even when you're going through those challenging times, the type of opportunities that you can still get are feel to me at least, that are way better than what I see other people in like France, or even let's not talk about people back home are having. Like, people will tell me, oh no, you know, for example, the people back home, you're going to be close to family, your culture, this and that. But like, dude, like, that's not, I don't want to do a job where I'm not doing anything meaningful, and then I just have to like drink at the end of the day and then repeat the same thing over and over.
No,
like,
that's true.
I don't mind being home though. Like, I don't mind being home, but you want to know that what you're doing is worth doing. For example, what you studied. Do you feel at this moment that there is like it would be a good use of your knowledge to work in a company back home at this moment?
No, actually, because you know, Gabon is there is Africa, and for me there is Gabon. It's like, this is, you know, you have Africa, you know, they're trying to move forward, but you know, Gabon is moving backward. Yeah, doing his own thing. You know, this is this is crazy. So no, I couldn't, but in the same time, it's hard to be away from the family. This is some truth. Like mostly, for example, here in Canada, when it's getting cold, it's getting cold. So like you by yourself, you have to figure out shit and
Come to Houston, bro. Come to Houston.
I miss USA, man. I miss that a lot. Washington was my shit. Like I was ready like to just stay there. I got opportunities, I got everything, and just like that, just by doing your work, being nice to people, like just met people like in the corner. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Let's some type of thing you won't have like in Africa, you won't have in France, not even in Europe, if I want to be honest. So,
Damn.
but maybe at some point I will go back. Like I will go back definitely at some point because I think like there is still shit to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
when I don't know, but at some point, obviously.
yeah. I mean, don't trust me. Don't stress yourself about that. Keep enjoying life. People in America are also trying to get out of America. Yeah,
but Canada is nice. Canada is type of place, except like the winter. But I'm good with the winter. Some other people they're like, no, never anymore. I want to go back.
You see,
once you're good.
I used to when I first came to the States, I lived in Michigan when I was in English school.
It's cold.
I got to Michigan in December. My dumbass brought a regular hoodie that I bought like in the market back home. Like I'm going to the States.
Rookie mistake.
Bro, it would have been better if when I landed it was snowing. It was icy rain.
Yeah.
Ice. When I tell you that stuff went through my clothes. And I got cold, and then I get into the cab going to my dormitory. And when we get there, they tell me that I'm not allowed in until the Monday, so maybe 2 or 3 days after. And I did not have enough cash on me to take a hotel room for I could take a hotel room for one night, but then I wouldn't have no money to eat, nothing at all. I was like, God, this cannot start this way. This bullshit is not working for me right now.
See, this is the real struggle right there. This is what we're talking about. This is what like you have to go through to then, and just change your perspective because then when you enjoy life, and they're like, oh, you're shining. No, I struggle. I just try to enjoy like the 1 hour free I got right now.
Yeah. I mean, from the moment where I feel like I truly adjusted to the States was at one point in college. Basically, I wouldn't talk to nobody for 2 weeks. Like I'd be focused only on school stuff. And then every 2 weeks, that weekend, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
You don't know me. I'm a different person. It was good times. It was good times. My parents would never find out about it, but it was good times.
Yeah. This is I don't know. I had the same shit. I was working in a restaurant, but I was the one opening the restaurant like Saturday and Sunday. I had to get there like by 5 a.m. So basically I have to wake up at 4 a.m. And then some friends they wanted like to come to my place like on Friday because they were like, oh, I know on Friday you're always cooking some good shit. Yeah, okay. I'm bringing the board up. Okay, all right, let's do that. Guys, I'm working tomorrow at 5 a.m. So come at 7 p.m. Let's try to wrap this shit for 11. Oh yeah, man. 4 a.m. eat. I'm still awake. I'm still drinking. I'm like, no, I have to go. I have to go to work. So, those guys, they just, okay, we're leaving. So they are leaving, they're going to sleep. I'm going to work. Then I'm staying awake, from 5 a.m. I got a shift from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m., 5 p.m. I'm getting
Damn.
home. I'm getting home. I'm like, I'm gonna sleep, I'm tired. I'm trying to get myself to bed 5:30. Yo, what's up? Yo, you good? Oh, yeah. We got some shit. We coming tonight. I'm like, well, yes. You know what? Can you get there by 9 p.m.? Oh, we already in the corner. I'm like, oh shit.
Shit.
Let's go back again.
Yes,
Another.
sir.
But after that, once you do that, you have to go to work, even though like you're partying or you have some friend at home. Nothing surprising you anymore. You're like,
Oh yeah. Yeah. After a while, you get used to it.
yeah, what I have to do.
Good times, man. Good times.
Yeah.
Shoot.
This is USA was really, really like met so many people like from the English school, from my life. I got a critical thinking and American history class I got because I was just like, I'm gonna do, except working, I'm gonna do some other thing. It was nice meeting people, working in the restaurant. Like they gave me responsibilities very quick. I was like, that was.
Dude.
Even now, I still have some friends in USA and they're like, oh, I just come back, please. I'm getting old. I cannot party anymore.
What?
No, I cannot party anymore. Yeah, I have to be honest. At some point, look, I don't have it. I don't have hair anymore. This is when this is a true story. This is when you
it's not for you no more.
No, you have to slow down. When you have no hair anymore, true story, man. I went to the barber shop, trying to cut my hair, boom, boom. At some point, trying to do like this. I don't know what we call that in English anymore. Trying to, I like the thing, and I'm like, okay, but it's figuring out that it's getting like deep and deep, like back, and I'm like, oh, he's doing me a sasunge. So this is what we call that here. Like he's like, because English president like hair like that. I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, no, Rory, I got like this black thing, like this black makeup for hair. I'm like, bro, stop it. Just
cut the shit.
I just get me like, oh, you sure? I'm like, no, get everything. And this is a sign when you know that you cannot,
Yeah.
I'm drinking. I go there, I'm drinking sometime on Friday. I'm sick until Sunday. I'm like, cannot.
God, like that's actually been a big reason for me to like kind of dial things down as far as drinking, because like if I drink for 2 days in a week, that means half of my week is gone. Like I can't function properly the next day. You have to cancel meetings. Now people don't think you're a serious person no more. Like, that don't work. That don't work.
That don't work, man. No, my day start at 5:30 a.m. So if you're giving me like some type of alcohol before that, I'm drinking, I don't like red wine. I'm drinking red wine to go to sleep.
Oh,
I know if I'm not drinking a glass right now, maybe I'm gonna stay awake until midnight. I cannot do that. Let me just take a sip of wine. I'm gonna go to bed and 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. I'm awake. You're like, bro, okay.
Dude, like just think about this, right? Because this is what's fun about this conversation for me. Because I can think not even a few years ago, we were high school kids. Now we have like grown men problems. Like grown men problems. You can't eat everything you want. You can drink everything you want. You can stay awake for as long as you want, no more. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
You can't
this is
even play video games as much as you want
yeah.
anymore.
You know, I have my PS4 right there. You know, it's like maybe last time I just turned it on, it was like 1 year ago. I'm like, okay, at some point I'm gonna sell that. But this is why I was talking for friends also like earlier, a friend of mine. It was like, you know, when we were like younger, we didn't have money, but we didn't have enough money, but we were partying like we were like rich kids.
Yeah.
Now I got money, but I don't party anymore. I don't buy clothes anymore. I'm like, you know, I got money just to get money.
It's crazy. It's
Don't have time to
really
spend it
crazy. Like,
anymore.
you have money and you're thinking like, you'll see something nice and you think to yourself, dude, there might be some surprise that I didn't think about that's coming. No.
This is literally what they're telling you, you know. You have to get ready for the worst. But yeah, you know, growing up is an hardship. It's an hardship, but it's a beautiful thing in the same time, depending on the way you're seeing it. But I like the struggle. America made me like just like addict to the struggle, addict to having like a long way, walking a lot. So, you know, I'm working like IT things, and I'm like working on 3 screen. You know, I'm tired, man. You know, my glass. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But then you starting your day doing something meaningful, like you said, and you're like, this is nice. I got something. I did something of my day. I moved forward on something, and you're like, shit. Yes, this is meaningful for me.
Yeah, it's always a good thing to see that you used your time very well, that you've been productive.
Yeah, this is the best feeling, you know. Just
and I think like when I look amongst like some of the people that I know, you can see that some of their depression comes from the fact that you don't even feel like you've done anything meaningful with your time, and that can be very irritating.
Yeah, clearly, but then you don't understand that you're in depression because of that, because for you the depression is coming from somewhere else. And this is where it's getting wrong, because the purpose of life is just like to change, to move, like to adapt and readapt and again. And some people, they're like, oh, you know, I have my job, I have my wife, I have my kids, and that's all. I'm like, I don't want this life. I'm fighting very hard not to have in this life.
Oh yeah.
Every day, you know, I'm just trying to do different things, but you have to really, you know, always find new opportunities, meeting people, having a discussion right there. This is why I'm always like, this type of podcast, this is what I'm doing a lot with some other friends, because I'm like, I want to give what I didn't have when I just started, like going to new countries, meeting new people, understanding what is the professional life. And this is what we have to do, what we have to do for ourselves, and this is what we have to do for others. You know, even if like there is 10 people watching it, you know, this is the type of things I like, and I'm always going along with that.
Yeah. I always, before I came here, I always told myself, like, even if I fail at what I want to achieve here, at least I want to be able to tell others after me what are the mistakes that I've made, how you can make sure to not do that. Because I mean, there's a lot of things I learned by trial and error, and I see like new African students or students from home come here every year, And I can see how communicating with them sometimes can be challenging, but it's so much it's such a big help if you can know the things that we know 10 years now. Like if I knew some of the things that I know now, if I knew back then, dude,
I think I would be rich, man.
Dude, let me tell you something funny. Like it's so funny, it's ridiculous. I knew about Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at 0.28 cents. No, like seriously.
Yeah.
And I was there just thinking, I had a heat transfer homework to finish. And I was like, yeah, let me finish my heat transfer homework. I could have been a millionaire and fuck heat transfer, man.
No, this is exactly, you all got like always some hint that we can follow, but then, you just distracted. Sometimes you're distracted by some good things, some other bad, but still, you have to make some choices. But when you're young, you don't know. And this is true what you're saying,
Yeah.
Those young people, they're coming there and I'm just laughing. I'm trying to talk to them and I'm like, oh yeah. They're like, well, no, I know. I'm like, okay, do your shit.
I swear. They don't
And
listen.
Like, they don't listen.
We probably didn't listen either. I'm trying to say I didn't, but I listened. I don't know, man. But
I feel like listen. I was listening. I was listening back then because first of all, like the intensity of the network was not the same. The way like you got information from like website and all those type of shit, smartphone. All the IT was not the same, and internet was not the same like 15 years ago. That was different. So at some point you got to listen, actually like your parents like were sending you somewhere, but if nobody was there, they were like praying every day. They were like calling you like 100 times, making sure you're okay, even though they didn't know where you are, they didn't know like what you are living, but they just, no, it's okay. They're like, got somebody you can find on internet and all of that. But still, they not listen. But
no.
Like you say, you have to keep talking because for me, like, this is how you build a network.
Yeah. And we really need to build these networks.
Yeah, because, in America, it's kind of different. Here in Canada, especially in Quebec, the African community is kind of very like, there are a lot of Africans, but then you have like a huge Cameroonese community, a huge like Ivory Coast community. Gabon is not that much, but still, there is some community that are very like, they have a lot of people. And you have to build this network. Sometimes this is what we're trying to do here with some fun, talk to them. I'm doing like this engineering thing, and some other African they're there, they're asking me, how did you find this internship? How did you find this work? I'm like, I worked twice much than other people. You have to understand when you come in like to a new country, you're already like 20 years late compared to those white dudes. Like, all due respect, but
that's a fact.
They've been there for like 20 years. They know the system. You don't know the system, but then you want to say like with African people, that's not gonna work.
That's a fact.
They're like, oh, you have a lot of white friends. I'm like, no, I have a lot of white network.
I mean, it's people don't understand how much hard work really means hard work. Like, it's not all hard work. I studied all night. Nah, it's like you're not only are you studying, but you're studying better than the other people. You're communicating better than the other
people.
You are reaching out to people you don't know to look for opportunity. Like, You have to talk to strangers all the time. You have to make important decisions that can change your future almost all the time.
All the time, man. Like, somebody was saying like you're always like one decision away from failing or going to the sky. So you don't know. It's a 50-50 gamble all the time. So
trust. I understand that. I understand that. Like what? Ooh, I understand that. I've seen like there's some horror stories of, I mean, I know some people whose lives have changed just like that.
Just like that. No. Yeah.
People think it's a joke. People think and like, for example, like a few Gabonese guys come here, and for example, they don't understand that over here, like rules about talking to teenagers are serious. and they do that.
They're gonna learn it the hard way, man.
Bro, they've been learning the hard way. They've like, and what every time it happens, it's like you feel for the person, but at the same time, you kind of knew this wasn't something you should be doing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, over here, like the police is online pretending to be young girls and talking to predators. So you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah, man, which is crazy.
People fall for it a lot.
Yeah.
This
is also what what makes like America so different. Like so many shit. Like Europe is nice. It's all smooth. It's okay. Yeah, you're like, oh shit, is this really happening to me? Even working, my first job in America was paying like under the side, man.
Yeah.
I think like the minimum wage was like $11.50. I was like $11.50. I was at like $8.
Yeah.
Man, no social security. I was like, yo, I need to make some money. $8. So 3.5 like dollar different. On a 40 hours, like it's some shit. It's a 120 like easy, you're losing. So you have to work twice.
Man, people.
Now you tell him that to new kid, they're like, I don't know, I'm good.
they believe they're smarter than you. You don't know better. They lived more life than you.
Maybe this is what's gonna make like things difficult for me sometimes to interact with people now, because I only value like hard work. Sometimes new people or like even people in general, if they're lazy, I'm like, no.
It's going to waste your time and your energy.
Exactly.
And like, and those no, like I've tried. I've tried for a long time, and it cost me a lot.
Yeah.
It cost me a lot. Like at some point, because the crazy thing is we don't have families yet. Like we don't have our own children running around, but you get one of those, you don't have the time to like dedicate to anybody else's bullshit.
Exactly.
Like, bro.
Actually, as soon as you're in a relationship, actually,
Exactly.
I'm living with my wife, you're like, you kind of start living just together, like, because you live in your own.
Yeah.
Your own, okay. Like, your own, like, difficulties, not really difficulties, but your own challenges.
Yeah,
living
exactly.
Together, it's all about that.
Exactly.
Man.
Like I can't worry about your problems that much anymore.
No, man.
You're a grown person. You live in a country where they believe whenever you're 18, you're in charge of yourself. So
clearly, man.
Trust and believe.
Trust and believe. Yeah. But But actually, no, this is nice, and this is a good thing. You're trying to do like not you're trying, you're doing like this podcast thing. I think like you can definitely like there is a way like to do a kind of I don't know, man, high school reunion, this type of thing, and we both have like crazy schedule. The way we're trying to meet up was like kind of okay. I have these days. I got 1 hour this day. Okay, let's try to do that. But high school reunion could be nice. And anything. I like that. Actually, I like talking like about opportunities, about mindset, about like the way we see life and where we're coming from because it teaches us like it helps us like staying on the ground.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I believe we'll definitely have those opportunities to just, get because I see everybody. It's kind of fun to be on Facebook. I mean, to be on social media in general and see what everybody has been doing, the different like career choices. I mean, it's really it's crazy, man. Just thinking like, oh, this is that guy I saw in high school. He used to run around like a crazy headless chicken. Look at him now.
I saw last time you got a podcast with Florian. It was a long time I didn't. Yeah.
Dude, like who would have thought she would have a podcast today? Right? But look, I mean, people are doing amazing things. Like I'm really blown away. Like honestly,
every day.
Like for example, I saw on Twitter, Aperano has the whole restaurant thing going on.
Yeah, what was one thing? Actually, Glenn is working with him sometimes.
Hey,
because they're like they're in the same city. They're both living in Lyon, so they're working together on that project. Actually, Aperano was the one like starting it, but Glenn is working with him. It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing, and just like keep getting better and better.
Yeah. I mean, it has. It's not saying that it has potential is not even right. It will work so long as they keep working on it. Because
exactly,
it looks like they don't. As far as direct competition, I don't know. I haven't seen anything around them specifically because they
actually like they built something that worked because like they had like this ambassador in like each city.
Yeah,
where, like those ambassador like they're delivering like the coupe, so they're able like to just like basically reach like all friends, and which is really really good. And I keep saying like what they're doing. Basically, this is why I'm on Facebook, trying to see what people do and how they do it. I'm like, oh shit, this is nice.
Oh yeah.
I saw Lorian. I saw Maurice Satou.
Yeah.
Maurice Satou, she's doing like a cake thing. I'm like, shit, this is nice.
I'm impressed, man. Like honestly, because I mean, there was that period when we were all like heavy into school stuff, but then kind of like people, the little dreams that people had inside are starting to show up.
To show up, and sometimes even what is showing up right now is not even the dream you got. Because
yeah.
If only I knew this is what I would be doing right now, I would say like, you're lying. This is another beautiful things about life,
Yeah.
Discovering things, and this is always nice.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to yourself, as far as like your career right now and where it's at, where do you see yourself being 5 years from now?
5 years. I'm trying to in professional life. Yeah, I mean, right now I'm gonna start working like in a new company in January after getting like my full degree. For now, I'm working like part-time. I would say like maybe team lead, like because there is a portion in the engineering, or either you tech lead or either you team lead. Tech lead, you mostly like technology oriented, as the name referred, and team lead is mostly like
Management.
uh, management, but management focus like on engineering product,
I see.
and this is what I like. I had the chance, like again, to discover like my ability to communicate with people and like working with like team leading already like team of 20 people, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that shit. I like to deliver. I like the feeling that people are relying on me, and at the same time, like I'm trying to deliver a good vibe and do the work. And this is really, really nice.
Yeah. Shit.
So this is basically 5 years. Yeah, that would be nice. But
Oh, I mean, I don't see what's in the way of that, man. You have like a very diverse experience background as far as languages and just culture. They would be missing out if they did not give you the opportunity, sir.
Yeah, man. Let's see. You put the work in progress, and then you see what's coming to you, and then and I have the chance like to have a woman that always like pushes me like further.
Yeah.
Like she always like asking a lot, asking like excellence, and asking excellence to each other just change the dynamic.
Dude, that's a blessing right there.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
To have people around you who demand of you that you do better.
That you better, like I have to deliver, someday I'm very tired, someday, I don't want to wake up, and she's like, oh, you're gonna make it, you're gonna do that, and it just changed the whole perspective.
Oh yeah.
But what about you? Like staying in USA, what's next?
Dude, honestly, 5 years from now, ooh, there's a couple of ideas that I'm working on, but I'm thinking about probably go back to school and get a law degree.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
man.
This
is thinking that okay, this is nice. This is nice. Are you still in the same city?
Yeah, I'm in Houston now.
Okay, in Houston. Okay.
Yeah,
a lot of Gabonese people right there, right?
Yeah. There's a cool like probably 400 probably.
Okay, perfect. So are you like mostly like getting along with Gabonese, or basically you have like your work communities, your friends from other?
The entire community doesn't get together like that, but I mean there are pockets groups here and there that I'm really familiar with. We hang out, but I also have like a couple of friends in different communities that I do spend a lot of time with, because it's for me it's all a lot. I always have that feeling of it would be a waste of opportunity to come all the way here and only interact with the people that I know.
I know, right?
Yeah, it would be a waste. There's so much to learn, so many opportunities to get a hold of. So that's really, I mean, 5 years from now, I want to organize a festival in the city, like in Houston.
Oh,
that's for sure.
Shit. Yeah, this is nice. Say no more. Send me the date.
Shit, sir. Your fest signed up.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's true that when I was living in DC, I didn't have the time to travel that much. Actually, I was traveling only for work, going back and forth between DC and LA.
Yeah.
But I plan on coming back like maybe next year, when like I'm gonna be like settling about work and etc. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to hit Houston.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
If it's a to me, I don't know if it's the best. It's probably not the best city in the States, but it has most of the things that I need out of a city. It has a lot of diversity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of resources, and especially the type of industries that are here.
Mm-hmm.
I really like them, and there's a lot of innovation going on in the city currently, like especially in bioengineering.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also there's this doctor in a university here, Rice University. He discovered
Mm-hmm.
this process with graphene where basically you can lower the cost of construction of any building by about 30%, if I'm not
Yo.
mistaken. Yeah,
So huge saving right there.
exactly. So I'm in the middle of, something. I might be in the middle, at the beginning of seeing something huge start. So staying in
Yeah.
the city and networking with that type of people and understanding these new technologies is really
It's very
important to me.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Again, moving forward.
yeah,
Moving forward, moving better.
got to,
Oh,
got to.
yeah.
We gotta. I mean, I'm not too excited about it. I mean, I'm not too excited about doing more work because I know it's less time that I can dedicate for myself. But at the same time, it's like it's the only way that I can have the opportunity to do all these exciting things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do something meaningful, like you said earlier.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, because
Okay.
there's so many exciting things going on, man. Like
Yeah.
seriously, like
Every day
just
actually.
dude, like
Uh,
I mean, you who's in cryptography, like you're probably familiar with cryptocurrencies more than I am.
yeah. Actually,
So,
I'm working like mostly on like developing like the best system to protect the way you access to that. And
yeah.
so my day to day is just like to build like attacks to see if like the system is strong or not, if I
So
can
so
say
so
that. So
basically you're running security diagnostics and stuff.
yeah, actually, my company is developing like process that are gonna just attack like your currency or like your crypto system. And if you're able to see that, we just come to you and you're like, okay, you know what, this is where like your system is wrong. This is what you can deliver to just like
Oh, dude, that's cool.
increase the security. And
That's cool,
this is
man.
among several things. Actually, this is new. Basically, first of all, I was doing like mostly like developing like web app in several languages, but then I just moved to this side of crypto. Next year I'm gonna move to some new technology that just dividing like all the crypto system and actually all the system in general, like in microservices and how they can connect together in securities.
Actually, let me stop you there because that's something actually that I barely started doing my reading on it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, somebody was basically it's about kind of coming up with the equivalent of an operating system for all the crypto coins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that basically what you said you kind of plan on working on?
Yeah, somehow like very related to that.
Ah,
It's like they're trying to build that. So it's all going there, in everything you want to have like one brain that just like
yeah, yeah.
deal with all the big data and just like dispatch the data where it has to go. So yeah, this is mostly related to that.
Because I mean, I because I always thought it's to me the way I look at the space, it's two things that are really important for me. Smart contracts and the operating system standards, like the standards that are going to enable the systems to communicate with each other. I feel like the people who are going to break the gate to those ideas.
Yeah, I mean, operating system is like, I had a class about that this year. Once you get there, you're like, oh shit, there is so much to learn and to do. And one of my classes was like, you have to rebuild like the Unix system. And it's just amazing to see like those people at some point, they thought about like build an operating system. From that point, I'm like, just like, you have my respect. Because it's like the internet, when you see an image of the internet, you just like neuronal link, this is linked to that, which is linked to that, which is actually the transitivity. So it's also linked to there. Okay, maybe it's reflexive. Oh, yeah. So many mathematical like basics, but oriented to technology. This is mind blowing.
And that's one thing that I hope experiences like this can teach to kids back home about how important like the basic understanding of mathematics, physics is going to help them in stuff like this. Because
actually we don't understand mathematics and physics like in high school.
We're
just learning them.
We're just memorizing shit.
And here, like, they're teaching you how to work with logic. And man, change everything. Change everything because you understand why this has to go with that.
Dude, like, I remember the first time, because I learned, for example, in mathematics, I think we learned back home how you get the derivative of a function, right? They just tell you get the derivative. So in my head, it's I have to get a derivative. So fuck it. Then I got here and started doing like engineering projects. You have to like build this prototype and like build that machine. And they explain to you what a derivative actually does in a real world setting. Like, why is that important for the machine? And you sit there and you realize there's a difference between passing a test and understanding what you're doing.
Exactly. It's like, man, narrative is just the basic of like all car are moving, like everything is moving basically, even us, the way we're walking like is a derivative, the way like we're able to run, the relationship, like the inextricable like link between like acceleration and derivation, just like once you know that the constant, how like our motor is working, in a vehicle. I got this class that just explain you like how is it possible that nowadays in new car you can just like have the cruise control and just tell to the car, you're gonna stay like at 110 during this thing right there. You understand that it's a constant, but then your motor, it's always like, if you don't do that, your motor is just trying to reach the miles you want to set. This is why at some point, you're gonna fail if you are like, when you start your car, you cannot start like to turn on the heat and turn on that, because your motor is trying to hit like a constant, just like, and this is where like y equal like x square, like it's getting along. Our motor is doing that. One is at this constant, you can ask everything. Just
dude, look at you being better at math than most of our teachers back then.
But no, I think like teacher back home, they're really good.
They were good at teaching that.
We're not good enough like at application. Put that
exactly. Exactly.
Give me some examples, some real life, because when you start like to do like engineering stuff, like classes, you're looking at the work like differently. The way you operate your life is different. The way you want to do things is different. Why you exactly say when you're waking up like knowing like maybe you're gonna take your coffee. Okay, but I want to take my coffee, but then I have to eat the machine first. Okay, while I'm eating the machine, I'm gonna do you do like multi-processing shit and you're just not figuring out that
Yeah.
we are like our own computer. This is one of my teacher was saying that is like, don't forget, the computer you're working with like is not faster than you. It's just like 0 and 1. That's it. You're about like to come further than 0 and 1. So build your brain, do something with your brain instead of like just
that's one thing. I mean, after school, that's one thing that I really put an emphasis on, like making sure that I did not stop learning. Like you need to keep feeding the machine. Like this is the original machine.
Yes. Every day you have to ask yourself. So yeah, this is it. My time is getting there, Papi.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah. Let me
like the 10,
let me not take too much of your time, man.
The 10 p.m. bell to like just
Bro,
go straight to
this is outrageous. You have to sleep at 10 p.m., man. We are old and
I'm getting fucking old. I'm like, even myself, I'm like, I cannot. But no, it was really nice. I do want to like to pay tribute to what you're doing and telling you, what, you have to do that with like random people. If you want to do that to random people, like on a subject, on a specific subject, question ready, like hit me up. I'm gonna be like more than happy to talk with people and listen to different point of view.
No problem. We will definitely do this again, man. Definitely.
So
we will program shit.
But, yeah, I'm here. Hit me up anytime. As you can see, I'm gonna be here. Be safe. Take care. And
be safe, sir. Be safe and stay warm in that cold Canada.
Always. All right. Take care.
All right, bro. Peace.
Bye.
Bye, man.